T-minus 14 days from the time I am recording this video until the pistol brace rule goes into effect. At that point, Joe Biden will have effectively banned up to 40 million pistol-braced firearms. What is being done about it? I get a ton of emails and DMs every single day asking about it, and I'm going to tell you exactly where we stand, what might happen, what might not happen, and what your options are right now. Before I jump into that, I want to thank the sponsor of the video, and that's Lear Capital. Inflation is killing our wallets at the pump and the grocery store. Interest rate hikes are killing our small businesses and the economy. Banks are failing. The dollar is failing. And it seems to be getting worse day by day. But the good news is that we can protect ourselves and our financial futures by holding tangible assets like gold and silver. So why wait? Do what I did and call my friends at Lear Capital. They helped me purchase my gold and silver and showed me just how easy it actually is to add physical gold or silver to an IRA or a 401k. Give them a call today. It's 1-800-260-5075 or check them out at leargg.com. Links and phone number will be down in the description for you. Once again, that's leargg.com or 1-800-260-5075. Hey guys, let's talk about this pistol brace fiasco. I'm as frustrated as you are, believe me. I'm going to try to keep this calm and on point, but just know I'm right there with you guys and gals, right there with you. Let's start out, before I jump into all this, I will be telling you about something that I want your input on, because I'm going to have the opportunity to ask a very powerful, high-ranking congressman about this very issue this Sunday, so we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, where do we stand right now? We know that the House Judiciary Committee passed House Joint Resolution 44. This was pushed by Gun Owners of America to try to get our Congress to say we do not agree with this pistol brace rule. Passed through the House Judiciary Committee party lines and potentially could have been brought up right away by Speaker McCarthy, yet he has not brought that to the House floor for a full vote. That's frustrating because the votes are there, which would send it to the Senate. And I'm just like you, believe me, Senate's not going to pass this, and Joe Biden sure as hell isn't going to sign it. I understand, and I'm right there with you. However, you just need a simple majority in the Senate that could come down to 1 or 2 votes. So if you have those pro-gun Democrats who always seem to step up, perhaps it gets through the Senate. That's a perhaps, I get it. There's no way Joe Biden's going to sign it, but if this does get to the Supreme Court, which I think it will, if the majority of your legislators, your Congress says we don't agree with this, makes things easier. So that's House Joint Resolution 44 paused for some unknown reason. We're trying to get action on that this week, but I'll let you know if things happen. Down to the wire on that. Which brings us to Sunday. I am blessed to have been invited by a friend to an event they're holding, and Congressman Jim Jordan will be there, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. And I will have the opportunity, thankfully, to have some FaceTime with him, and I'm going to question him on this, which is why I want to ask you all to, in the comments, leave a solid, well-thought-out question. I might only have 5 minutes with this cat. I'm going to try to get it on video and put it on my channel. Some solid, well-thought-out questions to pose to Congressman Jim Jordan. I have some of my own. Maybe I'll pick 1 or 2 from the comments if they're phenomenal. Then that's this Sunday. If you want to go, on the screen is the event. It'll be at Cape Gun Works, which is in Hyannis, Massachusetts. This Sunday, May 21st. You have to RSVP. Obviously, this is a fundraiser, so they're looking for donations. And you can RSVP to info@attorneyjmcmahon.com, my buddy who should be Attorney General of Massachusetts. Next, update on the court cases, multiple cases, right? I've spoken with GOA's attorneys. I've spoken with Alex Bosco, who is obviously the inventor of the pistol brace, owns SB Tactical, his big part of FRAC. Their lawsuit, nothing new to update. GOA's lawsuit, 1 update, very inconsequential. The judge reset the status conference date, left a window, but both of these judges They know time is of the essence, and people are hopeful, but that's why I'm giving you the straight truth. As of right now, as it stands, the brace rule will go into effect. Do I think it will be overturned in court? I absolutely do. Do I think a judge will have the intestinal fortitude to stand and stop it before the 1st of June? I personally do, but I've been wrong before. And with that said, there are 14 days to go. As a reminder, the final rule is already in effect. It went into effect immediately when they posted it on January 31st, but they put forth a 120-day period to give people time to get in compliance, should you choose to. Because if you have a firearm with an attached stabilizing brace, you are already, as of January 31st, you are already classified as an unlicensed possessor. Unlicensed possessor of what? Of a National Firearms Act regulated item, a short-barreled rifle. Now, I've done some videos on it. I've shown you testimony of Stephen Dettelbach. There are options that everybody has right now. Now, I'm going to go over these options, but I'm going to tell you, I am not endorsing any of these options. I think this is a blatant unconstitutional attack. I know what I'm doing. I am not an attorney. You make up your own mind, but I'm telling you your options. And of these options, I already know some of them are not options for certain states. For instance, if your state bans short-barreled rifles, well, you're not going to be able to register this under this 120-day period regardless. If you submit your Form 1, you're going to be denied because you live in a jurisdiction that bans short-barreled rifles. And by doing that process, you have told the ATF, and they send those forms to your chief law enforcement official, you have told those law enforcement agencies that you are in possession of an unregistered short-barreled rifle. You have already incriminated yourself. Just keep that in mind. I'm here to tell you the truth. The option of what you do is up to you. There are 5 options available to all of the unlicensed possessors out there. Number 1 is to remove the short barrel and attach a 16-inch or longer rifled barrel to the firearm, thus making it a rifle. Then you can put on a stock. No problem. However, that could be a problem in some states that do not allow you to buy certain parts. More of a ban. Go figure. Option 2 is to permanently remove and dispose of or alter the stabilizing brace such that it cannot be reattached. This is what the ATF put forth. This is their training PowerPoint slide. Stephen Dettelbach, under his testimony under oath, said that if you simply remove the brace, you should be good to go because they don't regulate plastic. You can keep the business end of the gun, just keep that off of it. Now, I will tell you there are laws that are called constructive possession, meaning you have the business end of the gun and a pistol brace. You have them in the same, the scenario the ATF used in all of their stuff they put out in the training I was in. If you have them in the same drawer, well, then you could have an issue. However, if that pistol brace is like in a separate safe or in a different area of the house, you're good to go because those pistol braces are not being banned. They'll be quick to tell you that. But just be aware that constructive possession is a thing, all right? So that is your second option. However, there's a gray area here as well because they're going to factor in other things, length of pull, weight of the gun. Does it have any rear surface area suitable for shouldering? Bunch of gray area. However, that's your second option. Number 3 is to turn the firearm in to your local ATF office. Number 4, destroy the firearm. Number 5, register the weapon as set forth depending on your category of possessor. And of course, they're referring to the 120-day period in which they are going to forbear that $200 tax stamp. And in theory, people think it's a free tax stamp. However, you are putting on paper sworn document that you are an unlicensed possessor, you were breaking the NFA, in theory you're begging for forgiveness, and from what I've seen of some that have come back that are floating around the internet, under this pistol brace rule, the stamp is issued with exceptions. And the exception is in accordance to the final rule, blah, 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 for the pistol braced firearms, okay? So it's not a pure tax stamp in theory because it has exceptions. It's sort of like if you have a driver's license that says you must be wearing corrective lenses and you're out driving without corrective lenses. In theory, you are driving without a license. You can be charged for that. So those are your 5 options. Some of those don't apply to some states, which is a big problem. There's a huge portion of American gun owners who do not even know this is happening. Believe me, I know it sounds crazy because we're plugged in, but there's a large portion of people out there that have these items that have no idea this is even happening. They're going to be felons in 2 weeks. Now, are they going to go door to door, Jared? There's no way nope. They're not going to go door to door because there's only 5,000 of them. Even if they added 87,000 IRS agents, which is, they're not hiring those all at once, it's over 10 years. But still, that's not enough to go door to door for 40 million items, potentially, right? This will be a tack-on for the most part. This will be a tack-on charge. You happen to get involved somehow in law enforcement, oop, you have a pistol-braced firearm, oop, you don't have your tax stamp. Here you go, illegal possession of an SBR, right? NFA item. Now, if some cops who think that they're king might know that you have stuff based off of your Instagrams or whatever, then they might come and check on you. They might. And then, if you do happen to go through this process to register these, and from what I've seen, there's potentially 150,000 people who've done it so far, which sounds like a lot. It is a lot, because there should be none. Nobody. But it's a small percentage of the potentially 40 million devices. But if you're going to do this, you have to keep proof that you submitted your form with you at all times where you have that firearm until your stamp comes, and then you have to carry that stamp with it all the time. NFA items, if you don't know, you need permission from ATF to travel across state lines with them. You can't loan them out. You can't sell them regularly. There's a whole, but it's a registry. It's a legit registry. There's all kinds of things you need to know. But I just wanted to give you your options. There are 14 days left. And when I get some FaceTime with Jim Jordan, hopefully I get a better answer. But as of right now, you guys know how I am, straight shooter. Congress ain't moving. Judges haven't moved yet. But you know what is moving? That clock. T-minus 14 days until the biggest gun ban in the history of the United States of America. Let me know what you think about it down below. I'm asking you to please like this and share it, because if 40 million of these are out there, but only 40% of the people know about it, or even if it's more, say 80% of the people know about it, 20% that don't know about it of 40 million is a huge number. How do we help? Like the video, share it. Breaks through this anti-gun algorithm trying to keep the information down. Share it with your friends. Share it on your forums. Talk about this with your neighbors and your friends at the range. Talk about this with people at work. The biggest gun ban in the history of the country is coming up on us. Till we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. Peaceful non-compliance appears to be in action, because 150,000 is not 40 million. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.